I mean, you can switch on your camera now. And the class will start. I'll just introduce the new teacher today. I think आप लोग ने Jayashree Titus is one of my very good friends and she has volunteered to help all of you. आज वो आपको grammar सिखाएंगे. अगर से आपको कोई questions है, आप जरूर पूछना. और grammar थोड़ा difficult होता है. Most even people like us who speak fluent English, grammar is not an easy topic. So hopefully we will do justice to it today. And Jayashree, just to let you know that ये basics वाली class है. Last time intermediate थी. So वहाँ पे at least they had a kind of a grammar and all that. So most of them here are kind of learning and to speak English. ठीक है? So थोड़ा सा issue होगा and hopefully we'll figure it out.
Issues are good.
Yeah, it's good. And कोई भी everybody जैसे पावनी मैम ने बोला था कि पेन पेपर नोटबुक निकाल के रखो, आज थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक है, ठीक है? एंड अभी आई विल पिन Pami, I'm making you also host just in case I disappear from here. Please understand.
I'm hoping you disappear. Go enjoy.
Okay. I think I made you co-host. I'm just going to pin spotlight for everyone. And you're the teacher today. So if you don't like the spotlight and you want to spotlight the students, feel free to do so. For now, I have spotlighted you.
Who's recording this? I mean, it's going live, right?
Yeah, on YouTube. So it goes directly on YouTube. All the students who missed the class, just one second, yeah. All the students who missed the class basically will watch it on YouTube because I can't keep storing it on iCloud. मेरे पास इतना storage नहीं है. So it's much faster if we just watch it over there. And also many people actually आते यहाँ पे 20 लोग हैं, पर वहाँ पे views is like goes over 100, 200, sometimes 300. So there are people who are learning from there. So we're just helping whoever can't afford classes, spoken English classes. Okay?
So Pavni, you want to go ahead and say anything before I share my screen?
No, over to you, Jayashree. Carry on. So we'll welcome Jayashree ma'am and she'll take our grammar class today. So over to you, Jayashree.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to speak mostly in English, but if you all feel you want me to repeat something in Hindi, please say so, and I'm happy to do that. And Pavni ma'am is here. She can also jump in. One of the reasons why people find grammar difficult is because when you don't use it, you lose it. Okay, so grammar is something that if you don't use it, you lose it. So the more we speak in English, the more we are using grammar. And after a point, you don't even think about the grammar. It just sounds right. And that's the beauty of grammar. So please don't think this is a difficult class at all. We are taking very small steps. Okay, so you're going to learn one part of grammar, which is actually very useful for you all for communication. So please jump in and I would love to hear from you on the chat. आप हिंदी में लिख सकते हैं, इंग्लिश में लिख सकते हैं, कोई बात नहीं है, बट मैं आप लोगों से सुनना चाहती हूँ आपके क्वेश्चंस, और आप जितना गलती करोगे उतना ज्यादा सीखोगे. ये सिंपल बात है, ये मैं नहीं बना रही हूँ, ये बिल्कुल सही बात है कि आप जितने गलती करोगे उतना बेटर आप सीखोगे. सो प्लीज गलती करने से मत डरना and ask a lot of questions. Okay. So first thing I want to ask you all, and if you would like to share in the chat or speak out loud, is please tell me a little bit about yourself. So if I call out your name, either you put it in the chat or if you feel free to speak, please kuch apne baare mein zara bataiye, and then I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So the first person I can see on my screen is Hemant. Hemant, you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Hemant, are you there?
You can write in the chat as well. Okay, Hemant, maybe I'll come back to you later. What about you, Vijit? Vijit, you want to say something about yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Vijit Srivastava. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about myself. Currently, I am working in a MNC named Chalice. I'm looking for my enhancing my communication skills actually.
I think that's a great goal to have. It'll help you. Definitely. Thanks, Vijit. Abhishek, you want to go next?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi there.
My name is Abhishek Singh. I am from Itawa. I am doing a job in Eureka Forbes water purifier in Gurugram.
That's great. Is Itarsi near Jhansi?
Itawa.
Gurugram.
Itawa.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. I
Itawa.
thought you said Itarsi. Yeah. So cool. Nice. So you're working for Eureka Forbes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, great. Preeti, would you like to share something about yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
As you know, my name is Preeti, and I'm currently pursuing my studies, BCom final year, and I'm from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. So you're from Kanpur. Nice.
Yes,
How's the weather there? Is it very chilly? Is it very cold?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Medium.
तो आप रजाई का खूब मजा उठा रहे होंगे. Kirti, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Kirti. I'm from Muzaffarpur, Bihar, and I'm currently pursuing BBA. I'm in my first year.
Oh, great, great. All the best to you. It must be pretty lots of work there, isn't it?
Yes.
It must be busy. Nisha.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Nisha Bharaskar. I am from Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal, and I am doing BCom final year, BCom computer final year, and I want to build my career in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
lovely. Yeah, that's something we need. You know, countries need that, not just people. Even governments need it. So it looks like you're pursuing something really good. I can see all of you are doing very meaningful things, and you all seem to want to better yourself in whatever you're doing. And I think that's always wonderful to hear. So thank you so much for sharing about yourself. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Jayashree Titus, and I've got two boys. They're kind of old, and they're older, much older. They're all flown out of the coop. So one of them is in his final year of college, and one of them is doing his PhD. I'm originally from Kerala, from down south. So which is why I was asking about the cold. I love the cold, but I don't get to experience it much. And but I grew up in Mumbai. So I'm a Mumbaikar. And I try to go back there at least once or twice a year, but pandemic ने बहुत मुश्किल कर दिया, so अब ज़्यादा जा नहीं पा रही हूँ. Otherwise, I try to go and visit my parents and my family as often as I can. And Jakarta has been my home for over 20 years, so I'm enjoying the best of both worlds. India and Indonesia are kind of similar countries, so it's not like living in America or the UK. Living in Jakarta is quite a bit like living at home. One thing different I would say about Jakarta is the noise is less. The noise pollution is definitely less. It's a quieter place, but otherwise it has got a lot of common things with India, culturally and weather-wise, and just the way the people are, and they enjoy music and dance as much as we do. And that brings me to my pastime. I enjoy singing old Bollywood songs. And it's not that I'm a good singer, but I just enjoy singing. So I hope you guys got to know me a little bit, and you will know more about me as we have more sessions. Okay, so thank you for sharing. Let's get on with the class now. So the first thing is, why do you think grammar is important? Have you thought about grammar? We all want to speak a language really well, and the basis of every language is its grammar. Just like English has grammar, Hindi has grammar, Marathi has grammar. All languages have grammar. Why is grammar important? You can even put it in the chat if you would like to put a few words, or you can say it out loud. You can even say a word that comes to your mind. When I ask this question, why is grammar important?
उच्चारण के लिए मैम,
Sorry?
प्रोनाउंस करने के लिए।
To make things clear for people. I feel अगर हम बोलेंगे कि कोई पास्ट या प्रेजेंट की अगर हम गलती कर देते हैं तो हम दूसरे को समझा नहीं पाएंगे, तो फिर क्लियर करने के लिए ग्रामर बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है।
Absolutely, आपने बिल्कुल सही जवाब दिया कि पता नहीं चलेगा हम पास्ट टेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, प्रेजेंट टेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, हम जिसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं हम उसको जानते हैं या नहीं जानते हैं, ये भी हमको ग्रामर के थ्रू ही पता चलता है। तो आप बिल्कुल सही हैं। ग्रामर may not be seen as important. Like रोज जब हम बात करते हैं, we don't say, oh, I'm speaking in grammar, I'm speaking in correct grammar. We don't say those things, right? We never even think about grammar when we are speaking. But for communication, it's really important to communicate it correctly. So when you're speaking or when you're writing and you want to be clear in what you're saying, you want to be efficient, like things that you can say in 2 sentences, if you're normally taking like say 20 sentences, so that's not efficient, right? So you have to reduce that. Okay, something that I've written in 20 sentences, can I say it in 10 sentences? Can I say it in 5 sentences? And how can I use grammar to help me with that? So you're going to be clear, you're going to be efficient, and you're going to be valued. अब आप सोचेंगे valued और grammar में क्या connection है? यानी कि आप जो कह रहे हैं उसका लोग महत्वपूर्ण क्या बोलते हैं, उसका importance लोग समझ सकेंगे। आप जो कह रहे हैं उसका क्रक्स क्या है, उसका इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आप क्या कम्युनिकेट करना चाहते हैं, ये लोग वैल्यू करेंगे। वरना सब निकल जाएगा, सब बातों में सब निकल जाएगा। You will say a lot of sentences and we'll go round and round and round and people will just not hear what we want to say. So when they get to hear what's important in what we are saying or what we are writing, then we are being valued for our thoughts, we are being valued for our opinions, and we are being valued for what we stand for. Okay, so आपका opinions और आपके जो विचार है उसको value देने के लिए we need to use correct grammar. Okay, और in fact आज हम English के सबसे smallest words के साथ start करेंगे. So we are going to start with the smallest words in the English language. Okay, and as I go ahead, sometimes you will feel, oh, Miss Jayashree ma'am, you are giving us such difficult definitions. So I'm giving you definitions so that it's there somewhere in your mind. You don't have to memorize anything. Okay, so take out from your mind that you need to memorize anything. But I'm glad that Pavni ma'am has asked you to keep some notes with you, notebooks, because if something is important, we want you to write it down. Okay, so that is super, super important that you write down some of those things. And I'll remind you what is important. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So this is just some common talk. Okay. So take a minute to read what's on the screen. And I want you to sound it in your mind. Don't worry about grammar or anything. Just say it out loud. I mean, your sound is off, so you can say it loud. And just think, how does it sound to you? Hey, do you know who Kareena Kapoor is? She's an actress. She has the sister, whose name is, of course, Karishma Kapoor, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Karishma Kapoor. So take a moment to read. Say it out loud in your mind, like in your place. Say it out loud. It's very important to say it out loud. So nobody's hearing you. Just say it out loud. How does it sound to you? आपको कैसा लग रहा है ये sentence पढ़ के? Does anybody want to share how you after hearing this, how it's sounding in your mind?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there is a mistake, I think. She has a sister होना चाहिए.
Ah, so there you are. You're spotting a mistake. That's really good.
And ma'am, she is an actress.
Yeah, there you see. Oh, there was, Rachna ma'am thinking it's going to be hard for you all. You guys are getting there. That's awesome. Well done. Okay, so if you're just reading it casually, you might feel, oh, ये बिल्कुल ठीक लिखा है, इसमें तो कोई गलत नहीं है. But if you're going to write something like this, the reader might notice that you're missing something. And interestingly, I'm not even looking at the big words. I'm looking at the really small words, okay?
Yes,
And how we are going to use these words. But if you make a mistake in these words, or you know somebody else is making a mistake in these words, it's important for you to know why. What is the mistake? What is this grammar that we're trying to figure out? Okay, so I'll move forward and I'll come back to this later. Now, we need to do some brushing up. So I'm just wondering if you guys know what vowels and consonants in English language mean. Can anybody tell me what the vowels are in the English language?
yes, ma'am. There are
Yes,
5
ma'am.
vowels: A, E, I, O, U.
Does everybody agree with that? I'm sorry, who spoke? I couldn't make.
Ma'am means Preeti.
Preeti, hi. So thanks, Preeti. So everybody else heard what she said?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the vowels are actually A, E, I, O, U. Okay, these 5 letters are very, very important. Everything else in the 26 letters is a consonant. Everything else. यानी कि ये 5 को छोड़ के जो भी है, they are consonants. So consonants के बारे में ज्यादा कोई बात नहीं करता है. Vowels के बारे में हम बात करेंगे. Okay? And in fact आपको पता होगा कि पता नहीं Americans ने सोचा है कि हमको Y भी ऐड करना चाहिए, लेकिन सब अभी तक मान नहीं रहे हैं. So वो क्वेश्चन मार्क है, अब Y भी ऐड होगा कि vowels में कि नहीं. Okay? But आप हमको वो बात का वरी नहीं करना है. Just know that मैं जब vowels के बारे में बात करूंगी, it means I'm talking about the 5 letters A, E, I, O, U. Okay, so there we go. And if some of you feel, Jayshree ma'am, but I know all this, please be patient, because you know we all are coming from different places. हम सबके journeys अलग हैं, हम सबके experiences अलग हैं, तो हम कहाँ पे आके यहाँ मिल रहे हैं पता नहीं है, right? So let's सबको एक साथ लेके चलते हैं आगे, so that nobody is left behind. Okay, so every single person in the class feels, yes, I understand what's going on. So that is the most important part. Okay, so let's go to the next part. Oh, last brushing up. What is a noun? Any ideas?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
A noun is the name of person, place, or thing.
Yes, it is indeed. When we use a name, place, animal, or thing. Yes,
Yes.
thanks, Abhay. You have also written it there. Yes, it is absolutely correct. So in fact, most of our language is filled with nouns. Most common thing in our language are nouns. Okay, so yes, name, place, animal, thing, anything that you refer to which has some kind of a live or not alive, it's still a noun. Now I'm going to my next screen. देखिए आप डरना नहीं, आपको कुछ याद नहीं करना है, but I'm just giving you a little idea of the types of nouns. Okay, so I'll just brush it up for you very quickly. So if you don't have to remember these things, or you don't have to read every single thing if you don't feel like. Okay. Common nouns are when we use things in general. We are not specific. Girl, city, animal. We are not talking about a specific animal. We're just saying animal. We are not talking about a specific girl. So just the word girl means we know that this person we are talking about is a girl, not the person we are talking about. So she's just a girl. Okay. So that's common. Proper noun is when we are talking about someone specific. Okay, so specific means it's definite. Specific, definite. हम किसी के बारे में सोच समझ के बात कर रहे हैं. Or general is not specific or unspecific, you know, so it could be anything. So it's just very, very general. Okay. Now the last 2 things I want to talk to you is about countable nouns. Count means जो आप गिन सकते हो. Okay. So for example, आप अगर मैंने कहा यहाँ पे पानी है, तो आप पानी तो नहीं गिन सकते हो ना, लेकिन आप ग्लास में अगर पानी डालोगे, then you can count. I have got 10 glasses of water, right? So glasses of water is countable, but water itself is not countable. So when I say car, I'm not counting a car. When I'm saying a car, I'm counting it as one car. Okay, when I'm saying 2 cars, that means I'm counting and saying there are 2 cars. So cars can be counted, cups can be counted, houses can be counted. So take a moment to think of an example, not from these ones. Think of an example other than car, desk, cup, house, bike. That is a countable noun. And put it in the chat for me. Or you can say it out loud, whatever helps you. Think of a noun that is countable.
Yes, Pam.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pen.
Pen, very good. That's a great example and a very simple example. Well done. Anything else you can think of that's countable? Chair, pen, notebook.
Pen, chair, notebook.
Yes, absolutely. Correct. Sorry, I'm just, my markers going all over the place. Okay, cool. So if you're not speaking to me, I'm presuming you're hearing me, but please feel free to engage. Aap jitna engage karoge, that much it will be useful for you. Okay, so engagement is a big part of what we are learning. Uncountable. So if we know what is countable, then we definitely know what is uncountable, something that we can't count in numbers. When we say wood, it's just wood, right? I'm not saying 2 wood. I don't have 2 woods. I just have wood. But I can say I have 2 chairs made of wood. So you can count. And one very, very simple example is happiness, right? You can't count happiness. Either you are happy or you're not happy. So we make fun and say I'm like 100% happy, but it doesn't mean anything, right? Doesn't mean, it's just a fun way of saying I'm 100% happy or I'm 150% happy. But happiness is just happiness. You can't count it. So I want you to think today, basically, I want you to think about countable and uncountable, specific and general. Okay, these are the important things we're going to use today. Okay, so बार-बार ये words आएंगे, so आप इसको use कर सकते हो और आपको याद आएगा. मैं और बार-बार आपको याद भी दिलाऊंगी, no worries about it. So कुछ भी आपको memorize नहीं करना है. Okay, just remember that. Okay, so today we are coming to the next and the most important part of our lesson. What is an article? Okay, so एक बहुत ही interesting चीज है in English grammar, which is called article. Now, articles are there in all languages, but today we are going to learn articles in English. Okay, now just read the definition. Take a few minutes to read it, and please read it loud to yourself. An article is a word that modifies or describes the noun. It is used before the noun to show whether it refers to something specific or not.
Please mute your mic.
Yeah, I know somebody should mute themselves.
Ria, I think it's your mic, but can you mute it, please? Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Veera. Okay, but please speak. I would love that. Okay, so yeah. So after reading this, how many of you feel I've understood it? Meko puri baat samajh mein aa gayi hai. I'm understanding a little bit. I have no idea what Miss Jayashree is talking about. The article kya hai? Meko pata nahi. And you can be in all these different places. Jahan aapko sab kuch samajh mein aa raha hai, kuch samajh mein aa raha hai aur bilkul kuch nahi samajh mein aa raha hai. So that is fine. And you know, that is the thing that puts people off grammar. It's the definitions. Okay, so don't worry about it, but please understand we are going to learn about articles today. Okay, and moving forward, just one sec, let me just clean this up. There we go. We are going to look at definite articles and indefinite articles. Now you will see that I'm going to give everything I'm going to say with an example. Okay, so definite articles are when you are referring to something specific. Okay, and indefinite articles are something that are not specific, in general. Okay, now I want you to notice those little word in front of the noun boy. And here in front of the noun boy, there is a different word. Okay, so see how it changes the whole thing. I am looking for the boy with, oh, sorry. I'm looking for a boy with blue hair. And here I'm just looking for a boy. And that is what we're going to learn today. When is it okay to use a certain article? And when is it not okay to use it? Okay, so that is going to be our whole learning. And it's going to be mostly with examples. So we'll, get through this really quickly. Okay. So again, indefinite article, reminding you again, take a moment. Indefinite articles telling you about something that is non-specific, which is a or an. Okay, those two words will talk about an indefinite article. A thief, a robber. We don't know the robber. We don't know who he is. We're just talking about a robber. The definite article, we start using the word the. The thief who stole my jewelry. The thief who came into my house. So I'm talking about a specific thief. The thief who ran away last night from the jail. Okay, so we are specific. And in one place we used a, and the other place we used the. Okay. Now, the real problem is when do I use a, when do I use an, and when do I use the? Now you'll be surprised, and this is something similar to what Rachna ma'am was saying. People who speak fluent English also sometimes get confused about this. Where we have to use a, where we have to use an, and where we have to use the. Okay, so that becomes a little bit of a tricky thing. But if you are sure about the rules, which is grammar, you will never make a mistake. Now, are these hard rules? ये rules बहुत मुश्किल है सीखना? बिल्कुल नहीं. They are very, very simple rules. So let's take the next step forward. Our goals today. Okay, हमारा aim क्या है? हमारा goal क्या है? To understand what articles are in the English language. To understand what definite and indefinite articles are, and how to use articles correctly when we communicate. Okay, so we already know what articles are. Articles are something that tell us something about the noun. So it describes the noun. Okay, so any noun in your sentence, it describes the noun. Definite, we use the. For indefinite, we use a or an. Okay, and that one is a little tricky one. When do I use a and when do I use an? And I think Preeti got us started on that, so it'll be good. And how to use these articles correctly when we communicate. That's the most important part. When we're communicating, how we can be sure that we are communicating correctly so that people know, are we talking about a specific thing or are we talking about a general thing? Okay, and that actually makes a huge impression on people. When we use our articles correctly, आपने अगर spelling गलती करी कोई बात नहीं, आपने एक बड़ा सा word बीच में miss कर दिया कोई बात नहीं, but articles अगर आप सही लिखते हो, that will make a huge difference to your communication. Okay, people will really understand what you're saying, so you'll be able to communicate better and they'll be able to value what you're saying. Okay, so here we go again. One more thing to just remind you. When we're talking about indefinite things, something in general, we use a and an. And when we're talking about definite things, we're going to use the. Okay, so this sums up what we're going to use. Okay, so now get ready with your paper and pencil, and quickly we are going to look at some examples here. Now, here are some rules. Okay, now I'm going to draw attention to some of the rules, but आपको पूरा पढ़ना जरूरी नहीं है. But ये rule बहुत important है. So we are now going to focus on indefinite article first, which is not specific. That's the one we're going to focus on first. Okay, and in that you have two. You have a and you have an. Now, which one should we use? Okay. Both of them we are going to use before uncountable. Absolutely, because if you can't count, sorry, we don't use before, sorry, I'm sorry. We don't use it before uncountable things because then we don't need to use a. A means one, singular, right? A means singular, that means you're counting. So I can't say, can you give me a water? Right? Water is not countable. So saying a water means you're asking for one water. A means one. So singular. So you can write that down. A means a or an, you're talking about singular or single or one. Okay, so both of them mean just one. So we don't use it in front of uncountable. Wo pehla rule hai. Second one is the one that you need to remember is if a noun starts with a word with a which is a letter which is a consonant sound, then a comes. And if you remember, Preeti said because it started with actress, started with an A, so we can't say she is the actress. She's, no, sorry, we can't say she's a actress. We have to say she is an actress. She's an actress. Why we are saying an? Because actress starts with the letter A. And A is a vowel. Now, this is where we need to think about a vowel. Okay, so please write this down very clearly. Just this part here. If a noun starts with a vowel sound, then an comes before the noun. And look at the examples. अगर आपको ये rule पता चल गया, फिर आपको अ पता चल जाएगा कब करना है. So you don't have to remember both. Just remember the most important thing is you're going to use the word an in front of a vowel sounding word. Okay, so an apple, an hour, an egg, an orange. Orange starts with the O. So each of these, you look at the letter which the word starts with. It's A, E, I, O, U. Okay, any one of them. It could be, so I want to tell you, an hour and Europe are some kind of, what do you call it, exceptions. Okay, so there are some exceptions. Europe starts with E, but we don't say he is an European. We don't say he's an European. We just say he's a European. Okay, so there are few words which are exceptions. We don't worry about those exceptions, but it's good to know those exceptions. So we don't say a hour because H is not a vowel, right? But we still say an hour. Can you give me an hour, please? Can I meet you after an hour? You know, we say that. Can I meet you after an hour? We don't say. We say, can you meet us after an hour? Okay, so remember that. An old man, O. An uncle starts with the U. An uncle of mine is coming tomorrow. Oh, did you hear about Raju? He's already become an uncle, an uncle. You don't say he's already become a uncle, we say an uncle, okay? So let me just take a little brief stop here and try to figure out if you guys have any questions. Am I going too fast, too slow?
Thank you, Jayashree ma'am. I've brushed up my grammar for sure today. Oh, there's a very good question here from Abhay. What is it about American? Is it American, an American? Now, I'll tell you, a lot of stuff works when you say it out loud yourself. And this is why reading books are super, super important if you want to get good at a language. Whatever books you can get your hands on, just grab it. Old book, new book, classic, non-classic, you know, even if it's boring. Sorry? Sorry, somebody needs to mute. No, I think he's asking you a question. You're not clear. Who is this? Who's asking a question? Is that... Is that Ria? ये कौन बोल रहा है? Sorry, आपकी आवाज बिल्कुल clear नहीं है.
Yeah, it is Ria. Ria बोल रही है. I asked her to mute.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether he's talking to me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, so think about it, guys, all of you. Is it American or an American? My friend is an American. My friend is American. Now you tell me, what would it be? What sounds better?
I feel an American.
An American. Yes, I heard two people say that. That's wonderful. Yes. So some of it just helps you. Thanks, Nisha. Some of it just helps us by just hearing it out loud. Okay. And the more you talk, the more you engage with the language, it will become easier.
because not everybody can remember all the rules at all times, right? So it's hard. So the more you say it, you will know. But the important part is that you must kind of make sure that you are thinking about it and sounding it out loud. Okay, so now let's do some more work. Now this is work time. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so go ahead, try and fill it up. I'm going to give you a little time and then I'll fill up the answers and you can double check. What did you get wrong? What did you get right? And if you got it wrong, think what you missed. Okay, because that's the more, I want you all to make mistakes. I'm making it very clear. The more mistakes you make, the better you will learn. So go ahead and write this in your book. Just write -apple and you can add a apple or an apple. Just do it in your book.
An apple, ma'am.
Absolutely correct. I like that you
Abhishek.
came forward. Okay, an apple. It is.
A house, a bed, an ice cream, a candle, or an umbrella.
Okay, so can you tell me why did you say a house? I thought it was an house. Is it a house? What made you think it's a house? What made you think?
It sounds like a consonant.
Consonant. Okay, you guys have understood the trick. Well done. So you looked at the first letter and you'll figure it out. Well done. So a bat, and you said an ice cream.
An ice cream.
And a candle.
A candle. An umbrella.
An umbrella. Okay, well done. So let's go to the next one. Take a moment, let everybody get a chance to complete it. And then maybe I'll call out a few of you to say it. Okay, so give everybody a chance to think. Okay, if you're putting the answers for everybody, just hold on, okay? It's nice if everybody gets a chance to think so that then they're making mistakes. It's good for them. And I know some of you are really raring to go. I love that. I like that. Enthusiastic. And what you're learning today it might seem like, oh, we're learning about the smallest words, but it'll make such a huge difference in your speaking and your writing, okay? And be careful, like take care when you're speaking. Like I'm going to be very careful about my ers and my ans from now onwards. I'm not just going, if it takes me, if I need to pause when I'm speaking to somebody, that's fine. But choose the correct article, okay? So when you're speaking to a friend or you're speaking to your boss or a colleague or a, family member, take a pause. If you want to like think, what comes before an oven? Oh, it's an oven. Okay, so take that pause. It's okay. But make sure you're using the correct article. Okay, so does anybody want to help me with this one? A door. Okay, oops, sorry. That was me going all over the place. Here we go. A door. What about the oven?
An oven.
An oven.
An egg.
An egg.
An egg.
A feather.
A feather.
A feather. And one thing I'm going to tell you is I'm asking you to be very careful about your article, but I personally think don't worry about your pronunciations. Okay, don't worry about your pronunciation. Be proud of your pronunciation because you have something unique from the place that you come from the part of the world that you are, your experiences. They come and build your pronunciations. And you might change your pronunciation. I'm going to be very honest with you. I didn't sound like this when I was 25 and I was in India. I sounded very different. But because I'm teaching international kids now, I kind of changed my pronunciations. So you can actually change your pronunciation anytime you want. But saying the correct article is going to stay with you forever. Okay, so keep that in mind. Here we go. I would like to hear a voice I've not heard. Go ahead, please.
A cake.
A cake, a shoes, an ostrich.
Ostrich or an ostrich?
An.
Oh, I made a mistake there. It is definitely an ostrich. And a
sheep.
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 Okay, so I'm just going to move forward. I've got a few more things. Okay, here we go. This time I'm not going to even write it. You guys can say it when you're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. An airplane, a brush, a cat, a car.
Well done. Okay, so you've got one more thing here. So now it's not just words, it's sentences, okay? But the rules still apply. But this time when you add the word, can you say out the sentence loudly to yourself? See how it sounds, okay? And try and an and see how it sounds very different, okay? So go ahead, take your time.
I have got a red bicycle.
I've got someone started. Well done.
She has an orange bag.
Well done.
Can you give me a pencil, please?
There you go. That sounds really good.
I want to eat an egg for breakfast. I can see a yellow car.
I can see a yellow car. It's not a specific car, but it's specific.
It is raining. Do you have an umbrella?
Well done. I love that pause. I'm glad you paused because you got it right. So don't be in a hurry.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Well, now this is, I want to still keep this on the screen. So for people who have still feeling, I'm not that sure. मैं अभी भी सोच रही हूँ क्या कहना है, एक कहना है कि and मेरा अभी भी sure नहीं है. So take a moment to write this down. And I would also say कि इसको भी note करते रहना कि इसके बाद जो noun आ रहा है वो क्या letter है. Okay. And please remember, vowels हो तो an होता है, and बाकी सारी जो है non vowels यानी consonants उनको आप अ से कर सकते हैं. I'm going to give you a few minutes to just write this down, and then I think we can actually go towards our last word for today. और यहाँ पे आप एक pause लेके सोचो कितना difficult है ये. Is it something that you can manage? Is it something that you see using it right tomorrow? Like tomorrow you're willing to use the articles in the correct way? Just think about it and try to put it in practice with somebody near you, okay? आप जितना practice करोगे, it'll be that much better. So I'm ready to move on. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this, sorry. Am I going backwards by any chance? Oops, no. Okay. Now we're coming to the last part, which is the, okay? Now, and an, we realized is for singular countable nouns, but it's for something in general, not specific. So when you want to talk about something specific, we use the, okay? Now I'm going to tell you the is the most misused word. Okay, बहुत misuse होता है the. We like to give importance to everything, even if it's non-specific. Sometimes we say the. Okay, so can you, do you eat the egg? Yeah, of course I eat eggs, but there's nothing specific about the eggs that I eat. So why did you ask me, do you eat the egg? Now you can say there is one egg lying on the table पे एक अंडा पड़ा है, and you want it. It's the last one. You can say, can you pass me the egg? That's fine. Because you're specifically saying, I want the egg that's in the plate. So you're being very specific, not the egg which is in your, in your hand. I want the egg which is on the plate. So can I have the egg, please? So that is when you're specifying, you're telling the listener कि मैं specify कर रही हूँ किस चीज के बारे में मैं बात कर रही हूँ. It's not random. It's not general. Okay, so that's when we use the. Now, of course, in the universe, we know there are millions of moons, millions and billions of moons. But
but हमको तो एक ही मून, एक ही चांद के बारे में पता है, right? हमारे you know, ब्रह्मांड नहीं, sorry, हमारे solar system में तो एक ही चांद है. So we don't say the moon, a moon rises in the east. No, we don't say a moon rises in the east. We say the moon rises in the east, because we know which moon. हमारा चंदा मामा के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. So we're talking specific, and we say the moon, the president of a company. It's not general. We might say a worker, because there may be plenty of workers, but president might be only one person. So we say the president. Okay. And sometimes we don't say the, we say the. So that you will learn as you keep using the language. Okay. So this was a start to understanding how we're going to use the. Okay. So it is used for a definite article. It's used before a noun to specify something that's been previously considered. यानी कि आप किसी के बारे में, किसी चीज के बारे में पहले इंट्रोड्यूस करते हो, फिर उसके बाद स्पेसिफाई करते हो. Okay, so now watch the example. This is a dog. You're talking about a dog. And now about that dog, that unspecific dog, you want to say something specific. Oh, this is a dog. Oh, the dog is brown, because now I've spotted the dog. I'm specifically talking about that dog. So earlier that dog was just a dog. But now I want to tell you something specific. I want to say it's brown in color. So then I say the dog is brown. Okay. Now it's saying, okay, you can say I'm going to the bank. Now you will say there are millions of banks, but you're specifying which bank you're going to. So the person knows you're going to the bank means you're going somewhere specific. You'll never say I'm going to a bank. Everybody knows you are going to a bank. But that bank is specific for you. So you're saying I'm going to the bank. So even if you don't name the bank, you're still saying the bank. There is someone knocking at the door. It must be the computer repairman, because you are expecting the computer repairman. Koi aane wala hai. So when the knocking happens, you're thinking it must be the computer repairman. You're not saying it must be the human being. You're not saying that. Human beings are all a human being. There's nothing definite about it, right? Just generally, we can talk about humans. But you're not talking about general humans. You're talking about the computer repairman. Okay, so now you have three things in the mix. You have a, an, and the. So now you can see how does the statement sound. Now all of you have to think about this. I know Preeti caught the mistake. Now you can all tell me or think about it. What's gone wrong? So, hey, do you know who Kareena Kapoor is? Now, I'm not talking about a specific actress. I'm just saying her job, her work is an actress. She's an actress. That's a general job. Anybody can be an actress, right? So she's an actress. Oh, sorry. She's an actress. So what is wrong there? I understand that it's not definite. It's not definite, but there's still a mistake.
She is an actress because A is a vowel.
Absolutely correct. So she is an actress. She's an actress. Okay. So we're not specifically saying, you know, what kind of actress it is, but she's just an actress. Okay. And she has the sister. Now we're specifying. Now everybody has sisters. So what should be the word here?
A sister, because she has one singular.
Exactly. Her sister, the sister is not the sister of the world, right? It's just her sister, and she has one sister. Absolutely correct. It's a singular word there. She's describing a sister. She has a sister. Now, when you say she has the sister, means that the sister is common to everybody. No, she's just Kareena Kapoor's sister, and she has a sister. Kareena Kapoor just has one sister. Okay, so here there's nothing specific. There is nothing specific. Now, this is what I want you to do. Based on this, can you come up with a statement which might require a the? So come up with your own statement, which is connected to Kareena Kapoor, which uses the. Go ahead. Go ahead. Think of a statement that you can make
Ma'am,
We'll use a the.
Kareena Kapoor got the IFA award last year.
Well done. Wow, that was quick. You guys like Kareena Kapoor, don't you? Yes, she won the particular award. Did you say IFA awards?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah, so she won the IFA award. She is the wife of Saif Ali Khan. She's his only wife. So she is the wife of Saif Ali Khan. Okay, and am I seeing something here? Not yet. Okay, so I was just checking the chat, sorry. So I'm hoping that you have a better understanding now how to use the, because now we are going to check if we can use all these three in different places. Now this will get a little harder. Okay, don't worry, it'll be fine. So go ahead. Complete the sentence. Rohit wanted dash new bicycle for Diwali. Would it be a, an, or the?
A new bicycle.
A new bicycle. Why not the bicycle? The new bicycle.
Because he didn't specify what which bicycle he wants, but a bicycle.
Yeah, he's not saying he wants to buy the bicycle, which, you know, he's specifying. No, he just wants to buy a bicycle. Okay, so be very careful when you're using the. Okay, now let's try the next one. Jay tasted dash birthday cake his mother had made. What would you use here?
The birthday cake.
Yes, absolutely correct. Because it is specific. He's specifying. The writer is telling us which birthday cake. It's the birthday cake his mother had made. So it becomes specific. It's not general. It's not a birthday cake. He's not generally eating any cake. He's tasting the birthday cake which his mother has made. So it becomes really specific. Okay, so now I'm going to be quiet because I've talked a lot. I'll just move it forward and you'll write down the answers, okay? And if you guys get a chance, hey Abhishek, do you have something to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Sorry, you want to go ahead? I don't know, did I scare you off, Abhishek?
Okay, ma'am.
No, just kidding. Okay, so you all write down the answers along with the sentences and we'll check it next time. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to do the work. So I'll keep moving forward. I want you all to write the full sentence. So even if it takes you a little longer, it's okay. The children have dash new teacher called Mr. Roy.
Oh, new teacher.
A new teacher. Now here you'll say, oh, but it's specifying that it's Mr. Roy. No, the teacher part is not being specified. He just has a new teacher who happens to be called Mr. Roy. Now, if he wants to talk about the teacher, he'll say the. So this is an introduction part. He's just saying he has a new teacher called Mr. Roy. Now he can say, Mr. Roy is the vice principal, or Mr. Roy is the something, you know, the best teacher, or he's the strictest teacher, because now we know who Mr. Roy is. It's his teacher. So he can be specific. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more things and then is it okay for us to stop? I think I don't want them to have an overdose. Pavni, what do you say?
No, I think we can go on for another 5 minutes, Jayashri. I am enjoying myself for sure.
Oh, all pupils must obey dash rules. Think about it. I don't even want your answer right now. Just go ahead. I can hear some of you telling me the answers as well, which is really cool. Okay.
The rules.
Yes, wonderful. It is the rules. Rules are always specific. Rules are always specific, okay? Must obey the rules. It's not a rule. Rules are rules. They're very specific. You have to follow them. So it's the rules. This one is tricky. Not tricky, really.
Papa turned on the radio to listen to a news.
A radio for news.
Okay, I'm confused. Did you say a news or did you say the news?
A radio, the news.
The radio, a news.
Okay, now this is getting interesting. So I'm just writing it here. I'm not going to tell you. It says Papa turned on a radio to listen to the news. And some of you said turned on the radio to listen to a news. Now I want you all to say it out loud. All of you all mute yourselves and say these both things, combinations loudly in your mind. And then tell me which one you like better. Remember, he's talking about Papa, okay? So the moment we use words like Papa or Mama, we know who we are talking about. We know this person. We are specific. We are not talking about generally somebody's father. No, we're talking about our Papa, okay? Our dad. Anybody wants to try this again? Go ahead, give it a shot, take some risks, it's fine.
Papa turned on the radio because we already know the radio, specific radio, and to listen to a news because we don't know which news he's going to listen.
So now that is getting interesting. So you're absolutely sure this is the, okay? So I'm going to make sure that we are clear about it, that the radio is very clear. There is only one radio in the house and it is the radio. Yeah. It's not like he's gone to the, to the market to listen to the radio. No, he turned on the radio. Now, news. What about the news? Oops, sorry, I gave it up. But news is news. It doesn't matter which channel he's watching. Okay, now this is an interesting part about English language. News means you're going to learn something, okay, from a specific place. It could be a newspaper, it could be a radio, it could be the television, but news is always the news. Okay, so here you don't have to specify the channel. The channel has got nothing to do with the news. You can say he's going to listen to the news on the channel, on the particular channel. That is fine. You can always specify, but news is not a news. It is the news. Okay, I hope you learned something new. Please write this down. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move forward. This one is also interesting. Ajay is in Pune studying for
the MBA.
The MBA, absolutely correct. Okay, he's got a specific MBA he's studying. I want to do an MBA. I want to do an MBA. An MBA. I want to do a MBA. That's all fine because I'm not sure what MBA. But Ajay is in Pune studying for a specific MBA, which is why it becomes the MBA. Okay. So can I stop at this point now?
Yes, perfect.
So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, and I want you to spend a minute. Thank you for being such awesome people. And some of you, I didn't hear you all, but I'm hoping you were listening. And if you all have any questions, you can please address it to Pavni ma'am and she will pass it to me. What if you come across something that you want to speak or you want to write and you're not sure what article to use, or you feel, yes, I think it is this one, but I'm not sure. Please, you can check in with me. Okay, so we've got onto the road to grammar. That's fantastic. Well done, everybody. So
thank you, Jayashree ma'am. That was fantastic. Thank you. Any questions for Jayashree ma'am? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, all good.
Okay, well done. Thanks. Ta-ta, bye-bye. See you guys.
Have a good night. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Jayashree. That was very nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pavni. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. See you guys after a month.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you, Ria.